name's Idris, and I'm in 7th grade, and I'm 12 years old. My father's Duka. He's in jail right now.
For 8 years.
Did you see him today?
Yeah, we got to visit him from, I believe, 8 a.m. till 11 a.m.
And how was that for you?
It was amazing. I believe that's going to be the last visit in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's
when he was arrested,
I don't remember. I believe I was like 3.5, 4 years old.
I wasn't even born yet.
My dad and my two uncles were being accused for being terrorists. Since after the 9/11 attack on the Twin Towers, like, people thought like Muslims are like the bad people. Like,
Even though the Muslims
they've been following my dad for like since after that for like the past 10 years, no, like 5 years maybe. I believe in 2000. I don't know. I'm not sure. No. When like Chris Christie gave a speech about like terrorists, he was not talking really great about them. He was like saying stuff like all Muslims are terrorists and stuff like that. Like, he thought like he was maybe like all Muslims are guilty and stuff like that. Like I said before, this is a free country. We all should have our freedom here, and we're American too. So, yeah. And Chris Christie should just be behind bars.
Even Donald Trump.
We should be out of the bars. I don't know. I just made that up.
They just put them in, like,
we have some really good people helping us, such as, I don't know their names, but we have like a lot of people on our side trying to help us. I'll tell some, like, I have this teacher in my class. She's read an article about them. She really like understands like the whole case now, like why they're in jail and stuff like that. She was like, she was like feeling like she was like, she felt bad for us. Yeah, she felt like bad for us, like for the life we're living. It's like, it's not great.
Like I've said to many other people before.
I'm just one of many.
Yeah. Since I was 15 years old, that's when my brothers got arrested. Been paying all the bills in the house, taking care of my nieces and nephews. My father's been helping out, and he's 70 years old right now. Imagine being an old man being put in this situation where he has to work again, where he's at an age where he should be retiring. And me and him have been taking care of everything, supporting my 3 brothers in prison. Because they need money in prison also. They need to eat, they need to buy clothes, food. So that in itself is hard right there. But that's not even the hard part. The hard part is having 3 innocent brothers in prison for nothing. And 2 close friends also. That's the hardest part of everything. With every good, trust issues is one of the things. I don't trust many people. I don't hang out with many people. And when I do hang out with the few people I do hang out with, I'm always cautious of what I say, because you never know what the FBI would do nowadays. Putting informants in anywhere, and they'll arrest you with no proof at all, no evidence, just like they did with my brothers. So that was a big concern of mine when this first happened. I had to adjust to that, because me and my brothers are always open, talking to people, helping people out. And now it all changed. No, nothing. During the time of the arrest on May 7th, my mother and father were home in this house over here, our house in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. They, I believe they came here first, or they arrested my brothers Shane and Dreton first in the informant's apartment. I think they arrested them first, and then they came to this house, our house. And then
they arrested me.
Yeah, they arrested my father. And then me and my brother Elvir were with my brother's kids. Yeah, they came to my house over here. Well, me and my brothers weren't over here. My mother and father were. They broke down the door, came in with the guns like they always do. They arrested my father that night.
They arrested you?
Yeah, they sent him to an immigration prison. And my brothers, Dritan and Shane, they got arrested in the informant's house, the apartment. And then me and my brother Elver, we got arrested coming home from Mrs. Softy ice cream shop. So me and my brother Elver, we went into the back parking lot of my brother's apartment building, dropped off my nieces and nephews, and we seen feds everywhere. And easily over 35, 40 feds there. We thought it was a big drug bust, and then my brother didn't have a license at the time, because he was an illegal immigrant. So I told my brother, listen, there's a park up right here, I'm going to go out and see what's going on, let me ask them what happened. We had no clue they were there for us. We thought it was a big drug bust, maybe. For all those feds, it had to have been something big. So I get out the car, I'm walking up to them, asking them, hey, what's going on over here? And they ask me who I am, what my name was. So I tell them I'm Burim Duka, and immediately they all surround me. Who are you with? Who did you come with? Who's in the car with you? And I tell them my brother Elvir, and then they go rush to the car. They get him out the car. All my nieces and nephews are crying over there, and me and my brother are handcuffed against the car. It was a crazy scene. I thought I was in a dream. 15 years old, all of this happening. Thinking that it's a drug bust, and then they're cuffing us, and then I realized, yo, they're here for us. Me and my brothers are talking. We were like, wow, are you serious? What the hell did we do? What the hell is going on? Why are we in cuffs right now? It was a big shock to us because we had nothing. We had nothing to hide. We didn't know we did anything wrong. And it was just crazy seeing all that stuff at that age. Then they separated me and my brother Elvia. And from the stories that he told me when I seen him in visits, they sent him to the FBI building along with my two other brothers. They were questioning them in separate rooms. They were asking them questions if there was a terrorist group, would you report them? And my brothers all said, yeah, of course we would report them. And then they give my brothers the affidavit about why they got arrested. And they're reading it and reading it and reading it. They're like, are you serious? We were arrested for conspiracy to attack Fort Dix military base? My brothers were just in shock. And then while they were in the FBI building, I was still cuffed. I was at my brother Dritan's apartment. I was sitting outside on the grass. They were still searching the apartment, and I was 15 years old. I have no clue why I was still cuffed. I'm no threat to anyone. I'm underage. I'm under the age of 18. And then once they finished searching the house, my brother's apartment, they uncuffed me. They put me in the room. And then we went to my brother-in-law's house, which is 2 blocks away from there. Went over there, we're wondering what's going on. My whole family's there, my mother's there, my cousins are there, my aunt is there, my sister-in-law is there. And then once I walk in, I see everyone gathered up besides my brothers and my father. And I'm like, what happened? Like, why did they take them? And then we have no clue what's going on until the next morning. None of us slept that night. We see on the news the next morning, the Fort Dix 6, three I think Albanians and a couple of friends were plotting to attack Fort Dix military base. When me and my family seen that on the news, we were like, wow, are you freaking kidding me? That's why they got arrested? This is what's going on? We hear the judge reading out the charges against them. It was just crazy. Every single one of my brothers came out one at a time. The judge is reading them the charges. That's how it all started. That's how we knew about the case after that.
And after that, what? Were you able to talk to your brothers again, or they were sent away after that? What happened?
They were sent in the federal detention center in Philadelphia. They would only get 1 or 2 phone calls a month because they were put in a special housing unit, which is basically the hole. And I wasn't allowed to visit for 3 to 4 years after they got arrested because I was under the age of 18. And none of the kids were able to see their fathers and uncles either. Only my My parents, my sister-in-laws, and my sister were able to visit because they were over 18 at the time. So the first time I seen them after the arrest was only in court trials, and we weren't even able to talk. But other than that, the first time I seen them in a visit wasn't when they were in Colorado. That was 3 to 4 years after the arrest. It was such a good feeling to see them, but not being able to touch them was terrible. Because me and my brothers, we were always close, always shaking each other's hands, always hugging each other. We were always together. All our neighbors used to say the 4 P's in a pie. They used to call us. We were always together, and being separated like that is just real hard.
What was it like in Colorado?
In Colorado, I mean, the prison looked good. My brothers didn't complain much about the prison. The only thing they complain about is being in a room for 23 hours a day. They said, they told me on a phone call, they were like, "You want to know what it's like in here?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he said, "Go in the bathroom upstairs," he said. "Lock yourself in there for 23 hours a day. Let the family bring meals to you. You can't leave the bathroom. You can't be in contact with anyone." He said, "That's what it's like. To stay in the bathroom locked up for 23 hours a day."
How do they cope?
Our faith in God, that's what keeps us strong.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Do you think personal question, how do you think you'd cope being
If
solitary?
I was in their situation, I don't think I would be doing very well. Not like they are. They're doing great. Even other inmates are surprised by how good they're doing. In spirits.
And they're all in solitary now, or 2 of them are in solitary now?
No, just one of them is in solitary right now, Elvia. But they were all in solitary for 5 years, I believe. But some of them were in solitary longer than the other. My brother Dritan was in solitary for almost 7 years.
Jesus Christ.
So imagine 7 years staying in a bathroom, having food brought to you, not being able to talk to your brothers that you were so close with, your family, your kids. Only thing you got is some pictures that they send in the mail, letters, and the one or 2 phone calls you get a month. And those are only 15-minute phone calls. And between all the family members in this household, how many minutes is that for each person? 1 or 2 minutes. That's nothing. They try to torture us, but our faith in God is too strong. Our spirits are too high. They can't break us.
For you, what was the most striking thing about this case?
The most striking thing is people actually believed what they were saying about my brothers. Just from what the media was saying, they would say, "Oh, hang them high. Oh, they're guilty. Let's kill them. Let's put them in the chair." Without even knowing about the case, without even reading the evidence, they would just talk off what the media said. That's what got me shocked most. The people's response to this, without even knowing what happened, without even reading the evidence. Like I said, if they read the evidence, if everyone read the evidence, they would know that my brothers are innocent. But people are going to talk of something the media said. I could go around telling people too, "Well, this person's he's no good. He wants to do something," and people could believe it or not, or they could go to the person and ask them themselves and find out. And ever since 9/11, they've been terrified. But ever since my brother's arrest, it got even worse because people knew us. We were known in the whole community, me and my brothers. Ever since then, it's been even worse. They're terrified. They don't talk. They even asked our messenger to make give a little speech about January 6th hearing. They said they couldn't do it because of the board. It just shows that they're scared of the government. The government put so much fear in these people's heart. It's crazy.